Welcome to the girls. We're at our new location at the Laurel Mall. We moved the girls' set here and we are breaking it in today, aren't we, Janine?
Yeah, we needed to be closer to shopping. So
And
we decided,
wine.
we'll just move up, hey, let's just go up to the mall where we feel at home anyway.
We have
What do you
everything
think?
here.
You can get your nails done, you can get wine, you can get something for your kids,
You can get
eat,
wine.
you can get more wine, you can play on the little kiddie ride.
And then you can get some more wine and
How
take it
about
home.
it? And we're sober right now. I can't believe it.
Exactly. This is one of the few shows we're doing without wine.
Oh my goodness.
How did that happen?
I don't know how that happened, but we're excited to be here. We're excited to be a part of the Laurel Mall, and we're excited to have you with us this season. Our first show, we took it on the road to Philadelphia, so we hope you enjoyed seeing us at the flower show.
Speaking of flowers, we have these beautiful flowers from Smith Floral. They always provide us with beautiful flowers. And so that I don't forget anything, in the bouquet is rosemary, lavender, ruby gem garden spray roses, Dusty Miller. So I did see rosemary in there. I could take that home from using in supper.
How about it?
How about that?
All right, so thank you for the lovely flowers. So today's show is focusing on women empowerment.
Right.
Powerful women, the girls.
Yep, girl power. That's us. Go girls.
Yes, and we are focusing our attention on P.E.A.R.L, which is an award that started off through the YWCA of Hazleton. And we have the coordinators with us here today. We have Joanne Gabriel and we have Penny Cannella, who is the former executive director of the YWCA. That was back in 1986, right?
Yep.
All right.
And Penny has a history with you, Sammy, and myself going way back to when it was the Jack and Jill program at the Y.
Yes.
And Sammy and Janine were there taking part in all of that. And you've been doing a fabulous job and did a fabulous job then. And you had a very unique role at that time. You were one of the very few executive directors that was a female, allowed to be a female. And you and your staff, I should say, created the P.E.A.R.L Award, which is what we're talking about today. How did that idea come about? Like, what gave you that idea?
Well, I think, the struggle at that time, and I think women still struggle with it, is to be recognized, and for girls coming up to have role models, positive role models, to say that they can really be anything they want to be. Whether it's a scientist or a homemaker, not that one is better than the other, but to really encourage women and girls to be everything that they can be. And that's a really beautiful thing, I have to say. First of all, thank you for letting me be here. But it really brought back a lot of memories, thinking about the women that influenced me, the women on the committee, and how the encouragement, the role models that they were, and again, the P.E.A.R.L is an acronym, but to me the most important letters were the last two, the role model and leadership, because really it's not really about just ourselves, it's about other women, to be able to not just to excel on your own, but to make the way for other women to succeed as well. And I don't mean it to sound sexist, it does sound sexist, but we know that there's still the glass ceiling, and even here 30 years later, there's still glass ceilings. And I have to say, women always had to be the directors of the YWCA. That was always the case. The only time that thing was unique is that I was the first woman for the YMCA in Hazleton.
Exactly.
So that was a little different, but.
And you mentioned it's 30 years. And who were the first winners from the P.E.A.R.L?
The first winners
have
were
that first
Sister
program?
Mary Edwin Alder from St. Joseph's, a wonderful role model. Martha Heron, who was at P.E.A.R.L, Judith Orman, who was an educator, Geraldine Shepperson, who I think at that time was the superintendent of schools, Sophie Veneroso, a woman that was a store owner, and Teresa Zogby, who we still know is just a dynamo of a woman that's been a tremendous role model. All very different, but all very gifted.
Right, and when you mention leadership, all of us who know them, of course, their name is synonymous with that, and they did a lot in our community. They did a lot to encourage, and they brought a lot to the community with their ideas.
Yes.
Well, I think Joanne could agree with me that we are breaking through that glass ceiling.
We are
now and moving forward. It's full speed ahead. It's making that pathway of better days for our daughters.
Yes, and what's really interesting is when I first started at the YWCA, one of the first years that we had the Pearl Award, Janine was a winner. And
She's still a winner.
She's still a winner. Thank
Amen.
you. Making me come on the show.
She loves talking in front of people, by the way. If you have any public speaking that you would like her to do, she's available.
Yes, but this is something that this is awesome to talk about,
Yes.
because doing it for 15 years and seeing women who are educators or work in the healthcare field or own a business, and for them to be recognized and to stand up in front of their friends and their family and coworkers and just say a few thank yous and what it inspires them to do what they do and why they like doing what they do, whether it's working with kids or whether it's making something for someone or making someone feel better. It's inspiring. It makes you want to do everything right, and it's just really nice to see. And it happens annually, and it's great, and we've had a lot of great winners over the last couple
You know
of
what
years.
else I noticed from it? It makes everyone realize that their role is important, no matter what you do,
Yes.
because you're listening to all these people of all these different roles, and yet there's so much needed in the community. No matter how menial you think your job is, you're needed.
And it lifts people up. It lifts women up when you hear that their struggles are similar to your struggles, their strengths are similar to your strengths. It really lifts women up, and you could feel that energy in that room.
Yes, and like I said, so a little background of Pearl is, as Penny said, the letters Pearl stand for professionalism, excellence, achievement. The R is role model and responsibility, and the last one is excellence. So just like a pearl evolves over
Or
time.
L is leadership, right? Pearl.
Pearl.
Okay.
Oh,
Just
I'm
making sure we're
spelling
spelling
wrong.
okay.
leadership. Yes.
Yeah,
Just
spelling
like
is a prerequisite.
Yes. So we have 10 categories, so we can have 10 winners or we can have 3 winners. And I'm just going to mention these categories because it does cover
Everyone.
a broad range of everyone. So it's really easy for me because there's an A, a B, a C, an E, an F, a G, 2 H's, and a P.
How about that?
So it's
Well,
very
what are
easy
they?
to remember, like my alphabet. So there is arts and letters, business and industry, communications, which Janine won in, entrepreneur, self-employed, education. Now I'm going to forget because I put myself
H.
on the spot. Human services and healthcare, financial services, government, public, civil service, and professions.
And that covers everyone. So my
covers
friends out
everyone.
there, if you're a teacher or if you're an aide or if you think you don't have a role that doesn't qualify you, I think you should put your name in. I think
Right.
someone should nominate them.
Right, and nominations can come from a spouse, it can come from a friend, it can come from a daughter, a son, it can come from a coworker. So, having that history of that person in their field is beneficial to when you fill out the nomination form, so that when the judges look at the form, they're looking at the material that's on the form. They don't know the person's name, they don't know where the person worked, what they do. It's a blind judging. So they need to have that information in front of them to judge the form.
And what time of the year, when, how does someone go about nominating someone?
So at the end of December, so I heard Janine say earlier, this is actually a 2016 award. So these are winners for 2016, but we celebrated in March, in early March. So at the end of 2017 in December, the nomination forms will be available, and then early January is the judging, and then we have the event in early March.
Very good. Well, we're excited to be meeting the winners of the 2016 Pearl Awards, and thank you girls for coming on with us.
Thank
so
you
much,
for inviting
always so
us.
much
Thank
fun.
you.
We should have the pre-show. That's even more fun.
About it. So when we come right back, we will be speaking with the winners of the 2016 Pearl Award. And welcome back. You're watching the girls here on SSP TV and SSPTV.com. We are very happy to be cozied on in our new location here at the Laurel Mall.
Yes, Janine, and everyone up here seems to be enjoying us here as well.
And we can do a little bit of shopping. So it's really a win-win for us ladies, right?
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Well, now we heard about what Pearl is all about, and now we are going to talk with Renee Esposito Chirico and Marianne Horwath. So girls, thanks for being on the girls today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Absolutely, thank you for having us.
So I was honored to be at the dinner this year. It's really, if you've never been to the dinner for the Pearl Awards, it's an amazing event, and it really motivates you and inspires you to be around all these wonderful women and to see how much they do throughout the community. And it's nice to know that the message might be the same, but again, it's done in a different, unique way. So we wanted you guys to talk about what your message was. And Renee, I know that you're an entrepreneur, you're self-employed, and your message really hits home with your family-owned business.
It does. I grew up in a family business at Victoria's Candies, and in 1992 my husband and I opened our business together. We have 3 wonderful children, and I have a grandchild on the way. I'm so excited. It has just been a whirlwind. Growing up, we have actually 2 family businesses. I grew up in Victoria's Candies, sleeping on sugar bags, as I told you, at my brother and my sister's.
How good is that?
It's awesome, right? And then Star Cleaners. My family's owned Star Cleaners for numerous years until it was sold just not too long ago. And my message was just to empower and embrace being a woman in today's world, and hopefully inspire some younger women to also follow their dreams and stay committed to what they want to do. And hopefully we have more women opening smaller businesses and making that step in life.
Now you have a granddaughter on the way, or a grandson. We don't know because the unveiling is tonight, the night of the taping.
Yes.
Now if you have a granddaughter on the way, what is the message that you send to her and to this new generation?
Just to be strong. Be strong, follow your dreams. Number 1, I always encourage an education. I think education is key. And if you don't have an education, find a skill that you can do and embrace that. And especially with entrepreneurship, just do everything through your heart. Follow your heart. I learned that from my parents. I think I mentioned that the night of the award. I have 2 very strong parents, and they taught me to just follow my dreams, do everything that I wanted to do in life, and I was able to do that.
And Marianne, I know you for a long time. I know you from our church, St. John Bosco Church. You're very active in the community. You're very active with church. Why don't you tell everyone what your official position is, what you won your Pearl Award for?
Well, I won the business industry. I am the owner-operator for Workforce Resources, and I love what I do. And the reason why I like what I do is because I'm helping people, I think it's really, really important for people to understand that when we get up and we go to work each day, that we put our heart and soul into everything that we do, and that we try real hard to treat people the way we would want to be treated, with respect and dignity, and just enjoy what you do and be happy.
And how has this award changed you? Has it made you look at things a little bit differently, or what has changed?
I realized something when I got the call that I was nominated. Number 1, I was so surprised. More so surprised when I won. I was just overwhelmed, because my message to any young woman or teenagers today is that you can be whatever you want to be, and no matter what you go through in life, there's always that light at the end of the tunnel. And I am just so grateful and honored to have received that award.
And Lisa Stetz couldn't be with us tonight, but she was also one of the winners. But she really mentioned that in her message, with her daughter being there with her. And it's so exciting for these new generations, and looking at mom and looking at your aunt or your grandmother and all the things that they've accomplished. And thank you for everything, all of the messages that you've sent here today. It's nice to give this message out and give that hope and motivation to young girls and women watching the show.
Right. Well, stay with us, because when we come back, we're going to have 3 more winners of the Pearl Award that you'll get to meet here. And make sure you call all your friends and tell them to tune in on any device that you have. You could watch us. You're watching the girls.
And welcome back to the girls here on SSP TV and SSPTV.com. If you're in the Laurel Mall, you can peek through at our newest studios, where we're here tonight taping, and we are on the Dunham's side of the Laurel Mall location. So you can come and check us out. We love it here.
If we're still here, we're going to be shopping later.
Yes, we will be, or drinking at Beninas, right? Anyway, so we're talking about the Pearl Award, and we have more winners on with us tonight, and we have Christine Cabell with us, we have Mary Ann Colson, and we have Mary Beth Cook. So girls, thanks for joining us. I always say girls because I think we're all just girls on the girls. So there you go. So Christine, I was actually attended the dinner and heard everyone's speeches, and I love, like I said, I love going to the dinners because you get such a different, the same message but a different twist to it from everybody based on their experience in life. So share with us some of what your speech was about.
Yeah, I agree with you. It was great to hear everybody's message, and so empowering to recognize the group of women, and also to empower like our younger generation. My message was kind of simple. I had a lot of thank yous. You know, I thank my family and my friends for everything they've done to help me along the way. And that really was the basis of my message, that without all of them, you know, starting from my mom and my dad, brothers and sisters, and then some wonderful teachers that I've had along the way, and currently, you know, with my husband's help and the help of many friends and coworkers, I'm able to do what I do. So without that, without all of their support and all of their energy, I wouldn't be able to do what I do every day. I also feel a lot of gratitude because I'm able to do something that I love, and being able to help people in the way that I do, I get so much back from my patients. I get so much back from my coworkers in terms of gratitude and like gathering their energy, and that really helps me to keep going on and you know, expanding and doing the things that I do love to do.
And Marianne, you're in healthcare as well.
I am.
Tell us what you do.
I'm the nurse manager of surgical services at Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton.
You were in the audience of the very first Pearl Award when Sister received. Tell us a little bit about that.
I was. Sister Mary Edwin Alda was our administrator. I get very teared up about this. She was just my friend. And she, you know, when we found out that she first got the Pearl Award and she was one of the first recipients, we all signed up to go. And it was like the best ceremony I've ever seen. And like you sit there and you look at these women and you think, oh my God, they've accomplished so much. It was really, really eye-opening.
You gave me the chills now that you're talking about it,
She's
because
here.
I am feeling her, and what a great role model to follow. A woman who's a nun, who is restricted. She didn't let anything restrict her. She just forged her way and she led the rest of us. What a great first Pearl Award winner. And to follow in her footsteps with your surgical team, again, we're talking about dealing with people on a day-to-day basis. You have to be strong. Tell us some of the things that you have told people at your speech that you gave at the Pearl Award.
Well, like everyone else, I thanked half the world probably that I've, you know, worked with, my family, the administration of the hospital, all the administrations for every hospital, St. Joe's, Hazleton General, Lehigh Valley, Hazleton, and all my staff, which is amazing. They are just the strongest people that I've ever met. I mean, they can take care of anybody. And they can take care of me if I ever needed it. They're that good.
Well, they have a good leader.
Thank you. I had a good role model. You can't succeed in life without people. And
What a strong statement that is.
that is kind of the message, that you really do need people to help you. If you get bogged down, you feel like you're overwhelmed, you just need to go and ask for help, and people will help you. They're like surprised, like, why didn't you ask me in the first place? So,
Right.
Okay.
You can't be superwoman, even though we are at the end of the day,
Right.
but you know, we all need help, and everybody, you could accomplish more with help too, can't we?
yes.
Definitely.
And last but certainly not least, we have Mary Beth Cook with us, and you won in the category of human service, right?
Yes.
All right. So talk about your message.
Well, my message really, when I first found out about this award, I was very like, I don't deserve this, you know, and I was almost embarrassed, and I thought, you know, I just work at Helping Hands. but my staff and my brother insisted. So I thought about it, and I realized that when you get an award, it's not about you, it's about who made it possible for you to be and do what you do. And then it just changed it for me, because there are so many good people in my life that I have come across, and the parents and the children of Helping Hands. And, you know, growing up on Diamond Avenue, where you didn't have a lot of material things, but you had a lot of love and food and laughter. And I had great, strong parents who worked hard. And, you know, I met the most amazing man, and I could not do what I do without him, because he's so supportive and so kind and considerate of me giving my time, and my beautiful children. I mean, everybody, we work together as a team and help each other out, and it just makes, I had so many great role models, teachers, that just meant so much to me, like Ray Bradish. Somebody said, "Oh my gosh, you remember him from," I said, "I will never forget him," because he would stay with me after class, because I had no interest in algebra, and he would not give up on me, you know.
You talked a lot about love and support and your family, and sometimes when people think of success, they only think of, you know, what's that big position that they have. That is success right there. I mean, a long-lasting marriage, plenty of brothers and sisters, all who are within the area, that you all have that network of support. And I did get that from your speech about, you know, you might not have a lot of money, but that doesn't mean that you're not rich in other areas.
Well, and I grew up, I mean, everybody, that's what you did. Everyone helped everyone. No one expected thanks for it. It was just what you were supposed to do, and it's how you were supposed to be. And I'm so blessed with an amazing staff and board of directors, and really the children at Helping Hands, when you walk in and see them, and the gratefulness of the parents, it's just so rewarding. That's why it felt like that, and that's why I said it's not my P.E.A.R.L award, it's all of ours.
Well, we've been able to meet almost all of the P.E.A.R.L Award winners here. We thank you so very much for coming and sharing your message with us, and letting our audience be able to get a little closer with you and be able to learn a little bit more about you and be more personal with it. I know that I've had a great experience of knowing each and every one of you, and I know each and every one of you absolutely deserve the award, and I know you're going to go further and spread that on. You're going to be added to that string of pearls.
Right? Little pearls now.
Little pearls.
We have little pearls in the making, I'm sure, watching the program.
So this has been a very great experience for me, and I hope everyone watching has learned something as well. If you'd like to watch us anytime, anywhere, you could go to ssptv.com and watch us online. Watch us here on all of our stations. You could watch Janine, because she's always doing FaceTime Live, and where else, Janine? You post us everywhere.
Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, LinkedIn. Just join us on social media.
Everywhere you are, we are, right,
There you
Janine?
go.
So right now we're at the Laurel Mall, and we are in our new set, and we're going to say goodbye for now, but we'll see you next time on The Girls.